Hello, everyone. This is Jen with Gems and Art, and I am so glad you are here today. Oops, I see that my phone is in my way. Let's see if I can fix that. That's just gonna have to do. So, how's everybody doing? Maybe I can move this over. There we go. How's everybody doing today? Tell me hello. Hello, Miss Pam and Doris and Inell. How are y'all all doing? I want to remind you that our mini tribe painting for August is right here. So if you have not joined the mini tribe, if you're a tribe sister, you know you already get this. But to get this painting painted with us the first week of August, we're going to be painting. This is called Autumn Harvest, is what I named it. So yeah, that's what's going on there for our August mini tribe painting. You can join. So the way that it works is I just put purple all over my yellow paint. Oh well. The way that it works is you join for $15 a month and you get access to all the previous mini tribe paintings. We have 8, I think, so far in the library. So you get access to all of the other mini tribe paintings. Plus, you get a new painting every month for $15 a month. You can cancel anytime. Whenever you cancel, you just lose your access to all of the paintings. And that's it. And we do all of this live in a private Facebook group. So I created this group just for those people who are wanting to paint with us, but don't have the time or the money to paint 4 paintings a month and pay the $32 rather than the $15. So that's the little spell there. How's everybody doing? Hey, Deb and Sharon. I'm so glad you came on, Deb. Thanks. Karen and Lina and Pat. How are you, Miss Pat? I know you're still in the hospital. We are praying for you. Hopefully you can get out. You said Friday. Hey, Sandy and Marty from Tennessee and Fletcher. Make purple. We've actually been talking about you, and we said, I bet you Pat's going to find a way to make purple flowers on this painting. So that's so cute. So I hope you're doing better. Still have a hard time breathing. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. Well, you are definitely in our prayers, and we are keeping you close to our hearts. So get some rest, and all of this will still be here when you come back to us. So if you're a tribe sister, say hello and let us know. Oh, I'm echoing. Thank you very much. I know how to fix that. There we go. It should be fixed. Thank you, Doris. I made it on time today. Yay, Debbie. Okay, so we are working on a new Technique Wednesday. This is, I think, New Technique Wednesday number 15. Can you believe I've been doing this for 15 weeks? I'm really running out of stuff to do. A couple of y'all have sent me some things that you want me to try, and I haven't had a chance to look at those messages that you've sent me in detail. So, as soon as I do get a chance, I will definitely look into that. Okay, so this is what we're going to do today. Let me remind you, New Technique Wednesday is a challenge that I have created. Let me take these off so that I don't have glare on my eyes. It's a challenge that I have created for myself and for all of you to learn a new technique using acrylic paints. Okay, this is not something that I am a master at. Some of the techniques that I do, I've never tried before until I come live with you. So it's basically me finding some cool techniques that I think would be fun to start incorporating into our tribe paintings. And I am learning them with you live so that you can get a little taste of what we do on the inside. And yeah, and so it's just fun to meet new people. And I think a lot of y'all are having fun doing this because I know I am. Okay, I'm having a little trouble unwrapping this. Let me show you what I bought. Okay, I have no idea what this is going to come out to be, but I have an idea of what I want to do with it. It is a rubber paintbrush. I guess it's not even called a paintbrush because it's not a brush. It's rubber, okay? It's got, I know y'all probably seen these before, right? I've seen them, but I've never used them. Obviously, I've never used this one. I couldn't even get it out of the pack. Okay, so we are going to try some techniques with this little rubber mat thing today. I also bought these rubber, this is a rubber brush set that I bought at Hobby Lobby. I'm sorry, not Hobby. Yeah, Hobby Lobby. Let me cut this one open. I don't know if we're going to use these today, but I'm just going to show you what I bought. Maybe we'll use them. So look at this. This has, they're really soft. They're pretty cool. This has some little rubber tips to the ends of them. I'm not quite sure. Have any of y'all ever used these before? Jen, I bought something similar, smaller at the Dollar Tree to use from the beauty section. Okay, have you used it yet, Deb? Because I don't know how this is going to work out. We're going to see. Okay, Pat says no, she has not used this yet. Hey, Deb. Hey, Laura from South Carolina. Text went wonky. Hello, sisters. Hope you get July challenge done. I'll probably be in August. Okay, no problem. Don't worry about that. Hello, Sandra and Deborah and Star. You like all the new techniques you've learned? I'd like to start like incorporating more than one technique together. That would be pretty cool too. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. You know those artists that go on like TikTok, and I don't know if y'all follow all of that stuff, but that's how I spend my evenings when I'm relaxing and I'm finally like done answering questions and all that kind of stuff. I spend my time looking at other painters and how they paint. And so that's how I'm getting all of these new technique ideas. So what I did first was I took a piece of watercolor paper. It's 140-pound watercolor paper. I taped it down. It's a 9x12. I have an extra sheet right here just in case the first one is a flop and we have to try the second one. I already gessoed it. Just trying it. I just wanted to see how the gesso would work. Gesso is basically, it's going to, so since I'm using a piece of watercolor paper, the acrylic paints don't move very well on that watercolor paper. So I gessoed it so that my paints can move better and not absorb so much into the watercolor paper. The next question you're going to have is, why are you using watercolor paper? Because I bought a bunch of watercolor paper and I see a lot of acrylic artists use it. So why not try it? Okay. Excuse me. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to do like those people on Instagram and stuff that make those little videos. And I'm going to start putting some dots. So my first color is blue. Let me remind you, I've never done this before, so bear with me. My next color is going to be purple. So my vision is hopefully I'm going to make like a kind of like a forest scene. The top is going to have the sky. And then as we go down, the sky is going to be kind of like sunset-y. I'm not sure how much of this to put. And I'm just using basic craft paint, y'all. These little bottles from Artist Loft. Y'all have probably seen them before at Hobby Lobby and stuff. It's just a bunch of these little mini bottles, or little tubes, I guess I should call them. Okay. Yes, plan to use it like a palette knife. That is a very good idea. It does look like it might have a lot of the same techniques as a palette knife. Okay, so That's my next color, red. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking is going to be the sky area. And then let me show you my colors I have so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and then once I get past the sky area, I'm going to go with a black line. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to work, but we are going to try. Then I'm going to start with some green. I'm thinking maybe like a tree line. Let me put a lot of this. Or maybe I need like a... Oh, my dots are supposed to be like even. So let's do that. All right, so I'm going to do green. And then I'm thinking I'm going to do like there's like a body of water right here. So we're going to do some aqua, like a little lake maybe. Don't know. We're going to see. Or maybe it might end up being an abstract painting because it might just work. And then I'm going to do some green again. Okay. So now I'm going to take this. It's super soft on the end, and I'm going to try to make it. Ooh, that's not working. I'm going to try. Maybe I got to go. I'm going to try to make straight lines across. There we go. That's a little better. I'm going to try to make a straight line across with it. Let's go a few passes. Okay, that's pretty so far. I guess I should clean it off. Let me get my old rag. Okay, so I'm going to clean it off. Let's go again. A little bit further down. I'm not going very straight, am I? I'm going to try to make a little bit of an orangey color. Okay, clean that off. All right, now let's go into the black and the green. It feels, it moves really easy, and it moves the paint really easy. So I really like it so far, and it's kind of thick. So far, so good. I'm not making a very straight line, am I? Okay, let's keep on going. Ooh, pretty color. Pretty color. Trying to get some of that paint off of it. I was thinking I was going to use it like this, but look how much of the paint comes off when you use it like that. It comes off way too much. So I'm almost using it like it's flat, almost like a flat surface. Okay. So now I'm going to come back, and I kind of see like a sky in here, just a little bit. I'm going to try to like mesh it in just a little bit more. Even if I have to put some more paint, that is no big deal. So I'm going to add just a little bit more paint. And then I'm going to come back and kind of fill in those little holes and kind of let it mix together. Okay, so that's too much. Now I need some purple back on top of there. This is really good. Oh, this is not purple. This is blue. Where's my purple? Okay, well, that's okay. We're just going to have a blue streak right there, which is really pretty. It almost has like a, like all of these paints that I'm using, they're not thin. They have a nice texture to them. I don't know if you noticed that. So you have to make sure that you use a paint that looks like it has a good texture to it. Put a little bit more red there. And then all right, so let's see what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna make this look like trees. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna pull and use just the tip of it like a palette knife, I guess. My trees are kind of crooked. Let's make some tall trees and some short ones. And then some back here. All right, let's get a little crazy. I'm going to put a little bit of green on my palette with a little bit of yellow. So I'm going to make like a kind of like a lime green color. And now I'm going to use a paintbrush. Let's go a little bit bigger. I'm going to use a filbert brush, and I'm going to grab some of this lime green. Well, it's basically just like yellow and green mixed together. Okay. Hey, Phyllis, would wetting the brush help? I'm not sure what you mean. You know what? I might not even need paint for this. I might be able to just use the paint in the background. I think it's because I'm using this watercolor paper. I think that's the biggest problem. So in my experience, I'm just trying to make trees now. In my experience, watercolor paper, I don't like it unless it's 300-pound watercolor paper. I have learned that. I don't like the ripple effect that watercolor paper creates when you start using your paints. I don't know if it does that. Does it, for those of y'all who do watercolor, I guess the paper, does the paper do that even when you use watercolor? I'm not a watercolor artist. I've never used watercolors. I only use acrylics. I've never ventured out. So I'm trying to make me some little trees here. I'm just tapping, tapping, tapping. And then I have a lake back here too. Hey, Denise. Hey, Pauline. Of course, you can see the replay. It will be replayed. Hey, Miss Ruth. I don't know. It's kind of cool. We're going to try something else though too, because this is not my favorite technique here. I'm trying to make some little trees here. Then I'm going to go back. I'm going to take some black. And now I'm just basically playing to try to make this look like something, you know? I really like the blue in there. That's why I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to take some black and I'm going to use the same little rubber thingamajiggy that I have. And I'm going to use it kind of like a palette knife. And I'm going to outline my trees a little bit. Okay, not bad. Look, this kind of looks like it's like a hill back here. So let's make it. Let's go with it. Whatever I just created. Okay, so let me go back with some green. Do y'all see that? It kind of looks like it's a little hill back there. So I'm just going off of what I kind of created. These paints that I'm using are not the best quality. These little craft paints. So I'm having trouble getting a good contrasting color. Even though I'm mixing the green with the yellow is so transparent that it's not really doing anything. So let me see where I'm spoiled with my heavy body paints that are actually like a little more opaque. So I'm going to add some yellow. And this is just a acrylic heavy body master's touch. And I'm going to mix it with a little bit of green. Let's see what we can do. There we go. That's what I wanted. I want a really bright, like a limey green color. And that's what I'm going to do with my trees. Much better. Okay, so just to let you know what happened, I was using these Artist Loft. This is a deep yellow. It is so transparent that I couldn't really get it to mix with the green to make like the lime green. It's like the yellow would just disappear in the green. And maybe I just wasn't putting enough. But I went ahead and got my other yellow to try, and it works better. I'm just tapping away. I don't want to cover this up because doesn't it? I find it looks like a little pond right there, you know. So I'm not going to cover that up. I'm going to make my trees kind of come down, but I don't want to cover that area up. Put a little bit of them right here. I didn't do anything to the top. What do y'all think? How does that look? I think I'm going to get rid of that big purple area. What do y'all think? Oh, thank you, Miss Pauline. Yes, we had a wonderful time. We went to Big Sky, Montana, which is only a couple of hours from here. And it was a really nice birthday weekend getaway for Michael. Hey, Miss Luann. Your paper was ripply before started. I haven't watercolor painted in a couple years, but I don't remember it rippling. I think it did. When put it in a frame, it flattens out. Okay, so the reason why my paper was ripply before I started, it's because I had gessoed my paper before I started. I thought maybe that would help, but I don't guess it did. I put a heavy coat of gesso on it. Oh, Miss Pauline, I want to see the bubble wrap. That looks pretty fun. All right, I kind of like this. I think it's cute. Kind of looks like there's a lake right there. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Look how good that looks. I really like this area right here. I'm going to leave that like it is. Make a bunch of trees. Look, here's an empty tree I left right here. And then I'm going to come back with, let's go with, oh, you know what? Did I grab white? I do not think I grabbed, oh, yes, I did. I grabbed white, and I'm going to come back with a little bit of white. Let's put some white up here. Let's put a little white right there. I know I just messed that up, but that's okay. And then I'm going to do it again with the white and kind of make some clouds. Look at that. I made some clouds. All right, let's make just a little bit more. Okay, isn't that cool? I just made like I think it kind of looks like a landscape scene. Let's put a little more clouds right. Let's see, I'm going to put another one right there. And I'm going to use this little baby to squeegee across again. And then I still have a little bit of white. Okay, let's undo this and look at the final product. Because sometimes all of the different colors I have everywhere, just kind of your eyes get crazy. Okay. Look at that. So you can see, let's go this way. You can't really see that well, but it's pretty cute. I like it. I think it came out pretty good. So I guess you could use it like I'm not sure. I think I see a big difference in a palette knife than this, because this allows you to move a lot easier than a palette knife. A palette knife being so, it has that metal into it. I have a ton of them. I love palette knives. See how it has that metal into it? It does not move as easy as this. Look how flexible this is. So it's super cool to make those lines that you have there. Okay, let's try another one. And this one, I'm just going to use the same paints, and I'm not going to gesso. So I'm still working on a 140 grade piece of watercolor paper. And let me get my old rag out here to clean it off. Okay. Denise, you're so sweet. Yes, please share on Jen's Den art page. Are we not on Jen's Den art page? Where am I? I thought I was. Yes, it is a normal paintbrush, Heidi. It's just a filbert brush, and I was just like tapping away with that. You like the pond, and I know I see the pond in it too. Yeah, it looks like water and trees. The blue looks like a pond or a lake. It actually did come out like that. All right, so now we're going to play just a little bit more instead of, like trying to make a forest scenery or something like that. I'm going to go back and I am going to use these same colors or just in different ways. And I'm actually going to just do like abstract-y stuff, but I'm going to try to make something that's like worthwhile. Does that make sense? So I'm going to take some red and I'm just going to play with it because I want to see how this thing works. Okay, so it works really well. Now I can make these colors thick or thin. See, if I use the tip of it like this, it's almost like it scrapes more, but if I use it like just sideways, it just makes a beautiful, like you can just kind of make different marks. See how cool that is? You just kind of spread it out. Okay. So that's one color. I'm going to put another color on top of this, and I'm going to share a little information with you. I'm going to take my color wheel out, and since I started with red, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a green because I always want to use complementary colors. So I'm going to now use, I see y'all can't see me. Let me turn this just a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to use some green. So I'm going to grab the green and I'm not going to use as much green as I have red because when I look at my color wheel, you see how I put this big arrow there? Excuse me. That's like my main color, okay? Then the complementary color is this red color here is like, it's going to be like about 75% of what you want in your painting. And then the green here, it's only going to be like maybe 20%. All right. So I'm not going to put as much, but I'm going to put a couple of little areas where I can move the green around. So let's see what that's going to do. Now you can use different shades of green. You don't have to use the main, your primary colors. Look at that, how pretty. You can use lime green. I really like the way this thing moves. All right, let's take some of that off. Oh, look at that, how cool. Okay, so I took some off and it shows the red underneath. Sweet, sweet. I like this a lot. Look how cool that looks. I'm just having a good old time here. Isn't it cool the way it makes those streaks? I love it. Okay, so then from there, I have these two colors that are my triad colors, and they're good pop colors to go with your complementary colors. So I'm going to grab a blue and a yellow, and I'm not going to go with just a regular, well, yes, I am. I'm going to go with this blue, and I'm just going to put even less. I'm just going to put one little spot of blue, and then I'm going to put one little spot of yellow. I'm going to put them next to each other. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. So just think about what you're doing. This is kind of like just playing around with color contrast, okay? It's not anything more than that, but it's actually creating something that's kind of fun. So I do things like this a lot to, like before I paint a floral, I'll play around with colors like this, and I just take a paintbrush and I just slap it on there. But this is really fun to see how your colors react to one another and how you can layer your colors on top of each other. And you should have, oh, this is really pretty. I'm going to pull some of that off though. You should have a good idea once you use these colors. I love the way this thing moves. Look at that. I'm going to put a little bit of it right there. And then I'm going to come back with some red again. So this is super cool for abstracts. And a great, are y'all thinking what I'm thinking, Tribe Sisters? A great background fun, you know? Let me put a little bit more right there. Look at that. Oh, I like it. Yeah, you got to get one of these. Miss Glinda, it's just a rubber. It didn't even say what it was. It's I bought the 2-inch because I just wanted to play like, you know, but you can get it in different widths. You can actually get them even like bigger. And it's just made out of rubber. I got it at Hobby Lobby in the professional paint aisle. And I also bought these little things. I don't know what they would do. That's something I'll have to learn next time we come on live. Look, I'll just show you what it is. They're all little rubber. Like the ends of them are just rubber. I don't know, but they sure do look like a lot of fun. All right, guys. So we did 2 pretty awesome things today. We made a landscape and we made a fun abstract background. So you could use this as a background before you paint something else. So how much fun is that? So today's new technique was using this new rubber, what are we going to call it? I don't know what to call these things. A rubber paintbrush, a rubber brush. I don't know what it's called. Hey, Miss Curry. Got to get one of those things. Thank you. Do neat. Looks like I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby. Mandela tools. Okay. Well, this one didn't have a name on it. It was just generic, I guess. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And remember, we are going to be painting. Let me see if y'all can see it back here. We're going to be painting this in our mini tribe and in our tribe the first week of August. It is my autumn harvest. I'm actually changing the cotton balls just a little bit. I'm not going to go as crazy with the cotton balls. I've been practicing on holding back a little bit because I went a little crazy with my cotton. So a spatula, I don't know if a spatula would work, but I would definitely try it and see how it works because that's a great idea. So yeah, I hope y'all had a good time. And I will see you all next week for New Technique Wednesdays. And if y'all have anything that you want me to try out, let me know and I'll bring it on live and we'll have some fun with it. And I will see y'all next time. Have a great day. Thanks for coming on, y'all. Bye-bye.